What's going on, everybody? Kyle, not Kevin, just me here. Sean is away, far away land, far away place, no idea, undisclosed location, as he always is. So we don't want to miss a week. So we got Lunar in late, which is why we are recording today, Tuesday, October 14th. Right now, instead of yesterday, so we didn't get a chance to crack open Lunar because of something crazy going on, something big. I'm trying to think of what could be coming out this week that could have caused, a whole pallet of a whole shipment of one book. Oh, that's right, we have the book of the week, of the year, the rest of the year, the all infamous, famous Mark Spears, The Monster and the Wolf Trick or Treat blind bag. Here, I have one here. It's not open. It's still sealed. Okay, don't call the comic police on me. It is not open. So I'm recording this on Tuesday. As of tonight at midnight, here at Comics Elite HQ, go on to Whatnot. They're gonna have the crazy unboxing. Sean ordered 6,000 of these blind bags. They're all here on a giant pallet. All the boxes are here. So I cracked the box open. Don't tell anybody, because I wanted to show off. This is what caused Lunar to be a little late, and because of Columbus Day and everything else. So I'm recording today. But yeah, so tonight at midnight, go on to Whatnot, find Comics Elite's Whatnot channels. They're going to be streaming. They're going to go crazy. They're going to be there all night. I may or may not stop by later in the Whatnot stream. I'm not sure. It's late, midnight. I'm old. I have kids. So, but yeah, be sure to check these out. It's going to be lots of fun going on tonight. Who knows? This could be one of the golden ticket winners. I'm not sure what's in here, but yeah, be sure to check this out. So thank you for supporting Comics Elite and everything on Whatnot. But yes, the video, we're doing 2 videos. This is the first, the Skip It's and the Mez, for the week of October 15th for the comics that will be coming out tomorrow, recording it again on Tuesday. So be sure to like, comment your like number, and subscribe to our channel, please. It really goes a long way. It helps us do more videos, we're putting out content all the time. So we really do appreciate the support and love. So I'm going to start with the Mez of the week. I have a few Mez, not a lot. I have a giant Skip It stack. Go figure. This week, oh boy, this week was a week. Let me tell you, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of Marvel in here. There's a lot of Revelation of X this week, several tie-ins, but let's get into the Mez. Starting off strong, Punisher #2 here, the red band. It's not bad, but it's not great. I really enjoyed issue 1. I liked this idea of Punisher waking up, not knowing who he is, but still, it's almost like he was being ordered, and there was something in the back of his mind that was like kind of getting him to do certain things. And when you find out, spoiler alert if you didn't read it, it's Kingpin that's kind of controlling Frank at this point to do these things and to go out and kill people for him. He's kind of like this Terminator. So I really do appreciate that. So this issue literally picks up right where the last issue left off. Frank found his way into this old woman's house, and he's getting guns, he's gearing up for something, and he's going out and targeting certain individuals for certain things, and you get more Kingpin, and it's not exactly what I thought. And when you think of Kingpin and who he kind of is as a person, it's a very weird take on Kingpin, and I don't know if I like it or not. So it kind of, you turn the page and you're just like, oh, I guess that's a thing. So take it or leave it. Some people may like it. Some people might not like it. It was very interesting to me. I don't know if I like it or don't like it. That's why it's a meh, but it's a perfect meh book. Art's good. It's still a fun story. It's action-packed. This thing books. It goes. So I do appreciate that. It's a very fast read. It's a fun read. It's very kinetic. So I really do appreciate that. But yeah, there's just something weird about it. We got this in. I think this is a second print. I don't think we got a chance to read this when it came out originally, and I don't know when it did come out. But this is the second print. This is Dead Samurai number one. That's a Bill Sienkiewicz cover. I loved it. It's a bit of a kind of what Skybound's doing with their foils. It's kind of a matte foil, but I wanted to put it in a board and bag so I didn't get my grubby mitts on it. But yeah, this story, I like the idea of it. It's feudal Japan, it's samurai, and it's zombies. Like something that should work. You hear the samurai zombies. It's like, yeah, I'm right there 100%. The art's not bad in this. I just felt they're really trying to get you to connect to a lot of the characters in here, and most of them don't survive. Spoiler alert. So it felt like it wasn't utilizing the pages that it had, in my opinion, effectively. I think that it could have been a lot more graphic. I think they could have really leaned into the zombification of some of these things and really got in there and really made this a really horror, gritty, dirty thing. But everything was just really bright and vibrant, and so it was an interesting take on that. I don't know if it necessarily worked, but in that regard, but overall, it's not bad. There's a story here. It's kind of fun. It is a one guy who turns out that he ends up becoming a samurai because of what happens with the family that he's supposed to protect, and so I really liked a lot of that aspect of it. But I just felt it just could have been a little grittier and dirtier and nastier. When you think of Dead Samurai, you think of something fun and cool and horrific, and I think it could get there. But yeah, it just kind of didn't do it for me. The last meh, which I was actually shocked by, DCKO tie-in of Titans 28. So this is DCKO's, I think, one of the first tie-ins to DCKO right now. If you didn't read DCKO and everything going on right now, what is wrong with you? You need to be reading it. It's fun. It's exciting. What's everything going on right now? Now's a good time to jump in. If you haven't, I get it. You see another event and you're just like, I have enough. They always fail. They're boring. They're lame. I get you. But this KO, it actually has started off on the right foot. So with this tie-in, it's not bad. So the Titans are tasked. If you have read DCKO, that team is kind of their main mission is to get humans, people off of Earth while before this event happens with Darkseid coming in and killing everything and taking over. So that's this issue. That this is showing that ground level event, because you're getting all of this cosmic craziness, insane stuff where you're fighting gods and demons and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, but what is it like out on the street for a normal person? And how is that task? It's like, oh, you have to get several billion people off of the planet, and how are you going to do that? Though, if you're into that kind of logistics, there is something in here that is fun. It does kind of meander a little bit, and it does kind of, it's everyone just kind of like, all right, we got to say goodbye, but it's not really goodbye. We'll see you later, maybe later. I don't know. So is this really a goodbye? I don't know. It's like, I think you guys are wasting a lot of time because you're all complaining specifically about how we don't have enough time. And it's like, we are all standing around talking to each other, wasting time. Why don't you just do it? So that part of it's a little goofy, but I do think that there's something fun here when you can actually see an event that does have stakes, all levels of life. And so it's not just this huge cosmic event that just affects Superman and everybody else. It's like, no, there are actual people that are going to be affected by Darkseid coming in and killing everything. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, I just felt like it kind of meandered a little bit, but there is something fun here. And as far as a tie-in, unlike Marvel, it actually kind of did make sense. So that's it for the Mez. That's it for the Mez. And a meh, take it or leave it. If you got extra cash, if you got it floating around, I don't think, as far as tie-in, the Titans, and how it ends, I really don't know what it means, but I really don't know if it's going to seriously affect the main story, which is why they're tie-ins anyway. It's that, yeah, if you want to read what's going on at this level with the Titans, sure, but you really don't need it to affect the main story. So I think it's a perfect match. So now on to the Skippets. Skippets of the week. There were quite a bit, in my opinion, which is great because I'm the only one here. So this is the definitive list of Skippets this week. One World Under Doom number 8. We're going to start off with this. It's been an event that I don't know if necessarily people really have cared about because everyone really only cares about this ultimate universe that's going on, the ultimate end game that's going to be coming out eventually. I think that's what everyone's kind of talking about. And this One World Under Doom, I think it's leading into that, but I don't really know if people care that much about it. And I don't really know if they actually had a plan in place for this. It again, I'm saying meandering. I'll say it a few times probably this week because this just kind of feels like, okay, just get on with it. We understand Doom is evil. He wants to take over the world. He's all powerful, all knowing, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? And that's all this issue is. It's him talking and talking and talking and nobody being strong enough to beat him. Oh, how many times can he fight the Fantastic Four and the Avengers and the X and everybody here that's trying to stop him? Oh, you can't stop me. I'm the bestest ever. I'm the greatest. It's like, okay, this has been every issue of this. So what are you going to actually do? And so I just feel like it's very boring and rote at this point. It's the same thing over and over again, and we're not going to get anything different. And so it's just kind of like, okay, just get to the end. I don't really care anymore. And that's what this is. And so I had to skip. It's so rote. And at the end of the day, who cares? I have to ask myself, who cares while I'm reading this? Not me. So yeah, I don't know if anyone's even really caring about One World Under Doom. Next up, talk about a tie-in. So Age of Revelation, Unbreakable X-Men. Yeah, this I was semi-excited for. I again, great cover, fantastic cover. Old man Gambit. But it's written by Gail Simone. And so you can already tell how it's going to happen, that everybody sounds like an absolute pussy. And that's what Gambit comes across as, a complete pussy, because he's written by Gail Simone. And it's Galactus showing up, and it's all of them standing around talking while Galactus is showing up, and Rogue being the best at everything and having to sacrifice herself for everything. It just felt very weird that Rogue would be the one to do that. But again, look who's writing it. So that felt a little off. And then you have Gambit literally doing nothing but moping around the entire issue after Rogue. Spoiler alert, what happens to Rogue? You can probably guess as to what happens to Rogue. Why he has a blindfold on, I have no idea. I tried to read this 3 times and I could not see, pun intended, why he needed to put a blindfold on. I don't know what happened. I could if it's in there, I didn't see it. So it's just it felt very pointless about where Gambit is now. And it's like he's the only one that seemed to have aged this entire time. Everybody else around him, you see some panels of him like, oh, I'm here at a table and everybody's moving around me, but I'm standing still. Because that's grief, I guess. I don't know. It's really lame. So yeah, I wasn't really a fan of this. It didn't feel like a necessary tie-in. It didn't really make me care for anybody in here, especially Gambit. It wasn't written like Gambit should be written, in my opinion. So I think Gail Simone missed the target on that. So yeah, ultimately, I feel like you can skip this one. It's a shame. No shocker here. Godzilla Escape Dead Zone number 3. I know Sean loves this series. I don't. I don't really care for these characters. And when we have our protagonist character coming in to a world now where he's stuck with 2 obnoxious kids that I think we met in issue 1. These 2 kids that will not shut up. And he's constantly telling them to shut the hell up. And I'm just like, I don't care. Your stupid, fake, witty dialogue, you 2 constantly blathering on about nothing. And I did appreciate something in here of we actually do see Godzilla, shockingly, spoiler, in a Godzilla book, and them kind of discussing what Godzilla represents, and is he all loving? Is he all hating? And what does it actually mean for him to be a god and us to worship him as a god? And is that necessary? And there's some things in here, some themes in here that I think are interesting, but the vessel in which it's in is not good. The art is great. Don't get me wrong. I really like the art in this book, but I just don't think this story was what it's trying to be. I think it wants to be something it's not. So it's very unfortunate. But yeah, ultimately this just to skip it for me. Yeah, speaking of Mark Spears, Superman Unlimited #6 by Dan Slott. The last issue was very kooky town. This is a world where Superman's gold power exists, where he goes gold and he has super unlimited mega powers, but then they go away and then he's depowered for an X number of time until he can get his powers back. So he has to utilize the special power only when he needs it. And he went to somewhere where this country is nothing but built with kryptonite, but it turns out that it's kind of fake. There's some kryptonite and some not kryptonite. It's very stupid. Lois Lane was pretending to be this reporter who then shows up and tries to out this president of this country. Well, again, you can already hear it, and who gives a shit? And that's basically what this is. It's just, why does this exist? Why does this happen? It's not exciting. It's not entertaining. I don't care about the Superman gold power. It's very boring. Great Mark Spears cover. Love it. But I just don't like this series. I don't like where it's going. I don't really care for how Superman's portrayed, for how Lois Lane is portrayed in this. I just don't think this is a hit. I really think it's an absolute miss. And you can absolutely skip this because it's really stupid. Next up, big shocker. Amazing Spider-Man 14. Look, this whole Peter Parker's off into space crap, and then we have Norman Osborn being Spider-Man, and then we have Ben Reilly being Peter Parker. That's kind of interesting. That can be fun. Get rid of the Peter in space stuff, but have those two kind of doing the juxtaposition of what it means to be Spider-Man and what it means to be Peter Parker. And we kind of see the dichotomy in this. And then you have all the Spider family showing up and Norman having to deal with a bunch of not Spider-Man derivatives, not Spider-Manning, telling him you need to stop being Spider-Man. It's like, well, none of you are Spider-Man. So I did like that a couple issues ago, but this, it is still just, it's Norman Osborn being like, maybe I am a good person. And I think I might finally understand what it means to be Spider-Man and what it means to be a good person. And, doing good I think maybe might make a difference in my life. I think maybe. And I think I need to rethink some things. And it's like, shut up, dude. Like, what are you doing? Why are you Spider-Man I don't you took this task on. No one told you to. You just wanted to. It's like, oh, okay. I don't care. Like, don't be Spider-Man then, or it's like I don't know what to tell you. So that is just, I find very odd. And then Ben Reilly, him and his girlfriend, the Halloween mask lady, she Bebop and Scott's her way in and out of here wearing masks of people. And Aunt May is very weird. Like, it's just very weird how she's written and how she talks to a character in here who's pretending to be somebody, and then what she said, it's just like, I don't like Aunt May saying stuff like that. Like, just don't have her say that stuff. It's really weird. I just think there's just too much going on here, and Dan Slott, unfortunately, or fortunately for him being a hack writer, he's not up to the task here. So just get on with it, get Peter back, and let him be Spider-Man again. Like, I'm over it at this point. Next up, this was a shocker to me because I hate Fairyland. This is I Hate Fairyland 45. I've really appreciated this series almost from the beginning. I really love it. What Scotty Young has been able to do now, just writing, but when he was doing both, I mean, it was pretty spectacular. But his writing, again, comedy is very difficult to do, and comedy is even more difficult printed. And so, in a comic book form, I just really liked his juvenile sense of humor because I'm very juvenile, in case you can't tell. I've appreciated the fun juvenile humor in this, but this one, it didn't land. It's her having to meet and needing to get a boat to go somewhere to try to get back to, to get out of fairyland and to get back to her reality. And you can guess she has to find Popeye the Sailor Man, and that's all this is. And she has to find some super secret special monster thing that when it breathes, it creates a portal to go back. And what it didn't land for me this time. It felt too juvenile and kind of stupid. So I didn't laugh at all one time in this issue. And it's unfortunate because I'll usually laugh a couple of times, if not almost the whole issue, because I can find something funny. But yeah, this one, it just kind of felt flat. It's fortunate. Next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder #2. Look, this art is just, it feels just lazy. I do not like this art in this book. It is lazy. I don't care for the characters surrounding Shredder. I don't need this corporation using him like a weapon to say, okay, we're going to task you with doing this. Go kill for us and go chase down leads and do all these things. It's like, that's not Shredder. I don't like this at all. I really hate it, actually. And I really think when you create more of who Shredder is as a person and why he's doing what he's doing, I like it kind of less. It's just like, can we just stop? Can he just be just this menacing evil presence that's, wanting to constantly get at the turtles and take over that? I don't want to see him as a right-hand man for somebody to go and do stuff. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I don't care for the art in this either. It feels lazy. I didn't have fun with this. I don't have fun with this. I know, and again, I know Sean likes it, but I wasn't a fan. I don't like it. It's not for me. And next up, we have Captain America #4 from Chip Zdarsky. I have a very difficult time with this book. I've had a difficult time with this book. And I don't know if it's saying what Chip Zdarsky wants it to say about how America is bad. It gets into needless wars, which sure, I can kind of get behind that. Sure, there are needless wars that I'm sure and it has happened that America has been in and doesn't want to go into. But as far as this September 11th, after that, we have this ginger psychopath who has taken the mantle of Captain America, and he's constantly being shown and brainwashed into believing that America is just awful, horrible. Everything that they do is wrong. And no matter what, however altruistic it is, even going after Dr. Doom and Latveria. And then we have Steve Rogers going after Dr. Doom, and then not Captain America going after some hostages and him trying to save the hostages, and everything that transpires in this issue with the hostages. I mean, it's like, what? And I'm like, so I assume they're trying to make this guy the Red Skull. I can probably assume that because he is a ginger and redhead. So is this just how you create a Red Skull? And he's just a crazy, kooky. I don't know what Chip's trying to say here, but I feel like when you have Captain America even reasoning with some of the things that they're saying, like, yeah, you know what, maybe America isn't this great place. It's like, that's not Captain America. So I think it's kind of getting lost here if that's what it's trying to convey. I really don't know what it's trying to convey as a message, but I don't really appreciate it all that much. I don't think Captain America is coming across as somebody who went into the ice, got woken up in this universe around after September 11th, and that's the world they're in. It's like, okay, go. It feels very out of place. It feels very out of time. Like it doesn't even know what time period it wants to be in either. So kind of loses that in here, gets a little muddled, but I just didn't like it. I don't really appreciate it. And I don't really know what it's trying to say. The next up, a couple of tie-in crossovers. Who cares? Godzilla destroys the Marvel Universe. Looks boring. Boring. That's a big problem when you have Godzilla wanting to fight the Marvel Universe. You think it should be fun. It's not fun. And you think it would be seeing Hulk taking Giant Man formula to become Giant Hulk. I'm like, this is your book right here. This should be the whole book. Giant Hulk now fighting Godzilla with these massive weapons. It's like, yes. And like it kind of happens, and we do get a little bit of a fight in here, which is kind of fun, but it's everything surrounding that brings this book down and just completely stops it in its tracks. And like, that's not the interesting part here. I don't really like that. That's not what this book is. Stop trying to make this some scientific fun, like exploration into humans and what it means and what Godzilla is. It's like, no, I don't want that. I want to see the Incredible Hulk punch Godzilla in the face over and over again and see those two fight. That's what I want to see. And give me more of that. So it's everything surrounding that fight that it just doesn't make it fun. Fantastic Four Gargoyles. I'm going to be quick. Look, I loved Gargoyles as a kid. It was a fun series. This book, who gives a shit? Like, it is so long. This book is so long. I just wanted it to be over. It is just talking and talking and talking and talking. I don't understand who this is for. It's not for any Fantastic Four fans. It's definitely not for Gargoyle fans. I don't know who this is for. This is just a needless crossover that doesn't need to exist. It is so boring, overly long. It's just, it's $6. I'm telling you, stay away from it. It's not worth your $6. It's really not. So yeah, I tried to read it twice. I fell asleep the first time. And I just gave up after the second time. I got halfway through and I was like, this is stupid. All right. Another Age of Revelation crossover. This is Iron Man and Frost. Go figure. Two characters who shouldn't be together. And nobody knows how to write, apparently. You can't write Tony Stank. And I could not care less about anything in this issue. I couldn't care less about Emma Frost. I couldn't care less about Iron Man. I couldn't care less about those two constantly talking shit. Mainly her being like, who are you to talk to me like that? Last I checked, this is affecting mutants. So why don't you just shut up? And it's like, okay, he's just telling you, can you help out? Can you maybe save these people? So again, the dialogue in this is awful. What happens at the end? So what? I don't know what this means. Don't really care. So this just felt like another unfortunate, shocking, not shocking, pointless tie-in that Marvel, I don't know. They're trying, but I feel like DC so far is doing what needs to be done. And unfortunately, Marvel is falling into that trope of let's put out 17 tie-ins and let's really only try with one or two of them, maybe. The rest of them can be just thrown away. So it's unfortunate. Didn't like it. Didn't care. I don't care for these two as a couple. Nobody knows for some reason how to write them, and nobody knows how to write Iron Man, and it pisses me off. So yeah, it's a skip it. And last one, not shocking. Sonja Reborn. Red Sonja Reborn. I do like Stuart Sager's cover on this, but Red Sonja in the modern world, I think, again, it's Christopher Priest, so he has all this stuff up in his head. I can appreciate his world building, but I don't know what the fuck is going on in this book. It is her, I think, as a teenage girl, but like going crazy. She's thinking she's Red Sonja, or Red Sonja thinks she's a kid in modern times. Body hopping crap, I don't know, but Red Sonja with a cell phone is weird, and I don't like it. I don't get it, and I don't understand what is going on in this book. I have no footing, and that's a big issue with this. When you constantly are just going from character to character, place to place, time period to time period, it's like, wait, whoa. What happened? What's going on? Because the first issue was just as ridiculous as this one, and I don't feel like it's actually got its footing down. There is no foundation. There's no, okay, this is what's going on with Red Sonja. Maybe she is body hopping. I don't know, but I don't like it. So this needs to just not be a thing. I don't know what she's being reborn into, just some pissy, whiny teenager with a cell phone. I really don't care about that. So I don't know who this is for. It's not for the Red Sonja fans. It's not for anybody really. So, but yes, those are the Skip-Its and Mez for the week of October 15th. Again, like, comment your like number, and subscribe to the channel for doing the giveaways. I'm sure Sean will probably want to give away all of these. I will say, let's just go ahead. These are the giveaways for this. He can fire me later. I don't care. But these will be the giveaways for this here, for this video. Again, guys, Mark Spears blind bag, the infamous blind bag. Woo! Tonight, midnight, whatnot. Comics Elite's channel. They're going live. I assume they'll be going live to the wee hours into the morning. So get in there, get your blind bags, have fun, rip them up, tear them open, see what you get. Maybe you get some cool glow in the dark foils. I think he has 90 covers for this thing. So it's crazy. Again, Sean, 6,000 of them are all packed away in a giant pallet. I saw them. So yes, check these out if you get a chance to tonight at midnight. It'll be all the rage. So again, buy what you like, collect what you want. Don't listen to the haters, and I will see you in the top 10 video coming up real soon. Take care.